Oh, we can't have that. Okay, so that's going to be an issue. We don't want to be able to pull that key out while the Jeep's running. That can cause some problems. It just pretty much tells us the key's worn. Maybe another key might even start it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to replace that ignition key cylinder. Let's go. Okay, so we've disconnected the battery. We're going to pull the horn button off, and we're going to go ahead and get this nut off of here, and we're going to use a puller to remove the steering wheel. Okay, so this nut here is a 21 millimeter. Now we're going to take this little horn button piece off, and to get this off, we're going to utilize a Phillips head screwdriver. Set that aside. Use the puller to remove the steering wheel. Once we've got it on there, it should only take a couple turns. Put enough pressure on there to pop this wheel off. There we go. Before I get too carried away, I want to make sure my wheel is straight. There we go. That way when we put it back on, it's pretty much oriented where it needs to be. Ta-da. Okay, first things first, we're going to push down this disc. And we're going to use snap ring pliers to remove this little snap ring right here. This is going to be a lot of fun. You can see right here is where I got to spread it to get it off. This is probably the most difficult part of doing this, is getting these snap rings. But I will tell you, do not misplace your parts. Keep them in the order that they go on. Nuts. There we go. Told you it was easy. We're above the groove now. Like I said, you don't want to misplace this. You want it to go back in the right way. In the right order. Okay, I'll take this off. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to take the switch apart and pop it out. Phillips screwdriver. You have to move the switch back and forth to get it out. There's another one right here, but I have to take this screw off. Get it out. Now there's 3 Phillips screwdrivers, and then you get this whole turn signal unit out of here. And you got to be careful. These little things over here, these tabs are spring loaded, and if they come off, you have a tendency not to want to go back together the right way. I played heck the last time I had it apart. I think I have to fish some wires up through here to get this out of the way. If you reach down on the bottom of the column, you can scoot the wires up so that this will slide out a little more. There it is. Oh yeah, okay. So I'm gonna say there's a pin that goes right down through here and holds on here. Ah! Did you see that? Why didn't you tell me about that? That is my hazard switch. You saw that and didn't say a word. I can't believe you. You guys are terrible. Let me suffer through that. But, you see, you wiggle things around, it eventually shows you where it is. Ah, look at that. I see it. Looks to be an 8mm bolt that holds that in there. Yes, of course it's the 8mm. Isn't it always that or the 10? That's what holds it in there. Ta-da! Ridiculous. And you can see the shavings worn out key. There you go. See, here's that's the one that holds it right there. Well, 8mm. All we got to do is put this back in, tighten it up, and put this back over top of that. Wow, that is so nice. It actually, yeah, that's a nice fit. That'll work better. Give the wires a little tug, pull it down in there because we don't want them bunching up in here. Put our 3 screws back in. Before we tighten these down, we want to make sure we get all 3 of them started. I have to move this switch to get to, oh, there we go, the other screw. Let's put this hazard switch you didn't tell me about back where it belongs. And when you put this tab back in, see, it locks in on that switch, on that stock for that turn signal. So that works. Snug this down, put it back together backwards. Alright, you can see right here, this is just a little bit wider. You have to line it up on that spot that's just a little bit wider. So what we'll do is we'll do this. This twists. Snap ring. Now let's see if we can get it below that little ring first, that groove. It's be just as much fun going on as it was coming off. Here we go. Again, 21 millimeter. Okay, we just finished reassembling this. Alright guys, that's it. That was the simple replacement of the ignition lock cylinder on the Comanche. I could have just left that key the way it was, but it really bothered me that it was hard to start once in a while. The keys weren't working correctly, and the really bad thing was when you could pull the key out. All that means is I could actually shut the key not completely off, pull the key, and kill my battery without even realizing it. So it's best to just go ahead. That way the key only comes out when it's actually off. That way I know it's off and I'm not going to kill my battery. Alright guys, that's it for today. Have a nice day.